Oh, I'm so excited. In this box right here is the B38N 38-liter Bernina Monolock case from Givi, and I'm really excited because we're gonna get this thing mounted on the CRF450RL, or not RL, sorry, 450L. RL is the newer year bike. This one's the 19, but I'm so excited because this is for SM 500 2026. We're planning to go do the Smoky Mountain 500 again. We're gonna upgrade our luggage here with some top cases, both Dad and I. Whoo, but the Givi one is here right now, at least the one for this bike. Let's take a look, let's take a look. Oh, there it is. Look at that, this is awesome. Got the keys in there. Nice, this is gonna be exciting. Let's check how it looks on the bike already. Get that, beautiful. All right, so we're gonna pull it out here, and because we gotta open it, because we gotta install the plate, the universal monolock plate on the thing, so can't spend too much time admiring the case. So the reason, while I guess we're going over, or while I'm kind of unboxing this to get the plate out, the reason we went with this case and not like the adventure ones, like the mono key ones that they have, is because this one, we don't plan to do like hardcore, rugged, you know, enduro stuff or adventure stuff in general. We don't need one of those cases. They're big, they're expensive, yes, but they're really high quality too. So we felt that it just wasn't necessary for what we do to have one of those big expensive cases. Now, if you're gonna do something, oh, really? If you're gonna do something like, I don't know, traveling across the country or significant mileage with a bike, and you know, you're going through terrain that's kind of rough, rugged, aggressive, whatever you wanna call it, you know, then obviously it would be worth it to get one of those expensive cases from Givi. You know, they'll be high quality, they'll last you your trip. For what we're doing, this case will work perfect. It will provide plenty of space. Now, Dad has one on his Honda Interceptor. Jesus. Whew. You gotta take a breather there. So, but Dad has one of these Givi cases on his Honda Interceptor. It's a monolock, but it's rounded, and he's gonna use that on the 300. The reason I wanted the square one is because it will be roughly the same dimensions as the rounded one, but have a little bit more volume. So it'll be a little taller, but it should be about the same width and depth. It just, instead of it coming up here and starting to round, it stays flat, nice box. So now I'm gonna set this down back on the protective cover over here before I drop it and break it. So when I mean break, I don't think it's really gonna break like just by a simple drop. I think it's really gonna take a lot of force to break it. It's made, it is plastic, but it's pretty thick plastic, so I think it would take a pretty good fall to break it. And that's also why, like I said, we went with it. You know, I guess I don't intend to fall, no one does, but accidents happen. But the terrain we'll be riding on shouldn't be, you know, crazy to where you got these absolutely behemoth boulders that you'd have to worry about. So I think we should be fine, like I said. And the bag will be high enough off the ground, at least on this bike, so that also should help issue-wise. So here is the universal plate that you got to install. If you've got a top case like this, let me bring the camera over for you guys. So if you've got like a top, or I wouldn't say top case rack, if you've got a rack like this, you know, you would put this in, you'd find the holes that match. They give you bolts and different plates to screw into. I've sourced some of my own from the stuff we have. Now, the only thing Dad and I were concerned of with this plate is his on the Interceptor, because it has only this one little tab here, it tends to bounce, and as you go over rough stuff, you can hear it bouncing. Off-road, that would be our concern, is because you see it's not very thick what it would lock into, but we think it should be pretty fine given that it's not, like I said, it's not going to be rough for the entirety of the trip. So we think it will hold up for the trip, and if not, and if we need to, we can throw a ratchet strap or some sort of strap over it to kind of hold the bag down. I even thought of a piece of foam to kind of hold it up between the pad and the bag. We'll see what works best, but so this will go here. But for us, this has way too many I wouldn't say way too many holes. The holes are so wide when you put this in. There's like, so like if I line it up, try and line it up here, there's not really another spot on the case that, you know, you could line up into and bolt down. So what I'm actually gonna do is we're gonna make our own little bracket out of this 6061 T6 aluminum. We're gonna slide it under here. We're gonna cut it to size so it sits right up under here, and it will fit. I've already made sure the thickness, so not with this piece, just with something of equal size that actually fits. And we're gonna put it in like this. We're gonna kind of cut it to size, like I said, and give us a rigid place to bolt into right here on the frame, because I want to put the bolts in the front and also get some in the back right there, and that's going to be good, kind of help keep the weight forward on the rear subframe here. So that's kind of why I was getting into this quick, because I know there's a lot more work involved than just bolting that down. It involves cutting some aluminum, making some brackets to fill in the material here on this plate. So let's take this 6061 aluminum to the bench and get it cut to size. Okay, so we're back over here once we've done fabricating our new plate. I mean, look at this. Got the corners nice and rounded. There's not a lot of sharp edges. I did a pretty good job on the sander with this thing. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. This is awesome. So as you can see, this was the idea. The plate sits under here, and that gives us another spot we can mount the bracket in. So this is from the intro, this is the top case mount. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna clip it in yet. I'm gonna still line it up and kind of figure out where it's gonna go. So, and then I'm gonna take these clips that come in the bag right here, and I'm just kind of gonna line it up, see where I want it. You know, I want the outermost, the outermost, the widest point to kind of mount this down. Now you guys are probably wondering why it's so far forward. I believe I mentioned that. I'm not sure if I did, but memory, it's a little spotty. Also, we're recording this over multiple days, but I want it as far forward potentially as possible, because first, I'm not gonna have any passengers. That's one. And the second thing is, I want to kind of keep the weight more this way on the subframe and not like have it hanging out the back here. Like, this rack is good, but like your bolt, it mounts here. So I want to try and keep the weight over where it mounts in. You know, have a little extra for something else. Plus, my best chance of mounting in without having to make another one of these is right here at the front. So we get it here, and if I slide the plate under, it's looking like, so it's looking like, if I line, this is lined up, right? Looking like these back two here might be our ticket. Just like so. Nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a Sharpie, I'm gonna mark it, and then we can get to drilling some holes in this. We gotta drill 2 holes in this so that we can get it mounted. I think what I'm also gonna do is, depending on how this lines up with it, so I think I'm gonna add 2 extra holes in here, so that because since they're gonna be in the back, this part could tip forward. That kind of creates extra stress here. So I'm gonna get 2 more to kind of really hold the plate upward. They're not gonna be, you know, I wouldn't say for this, but it's not gonna be required, but I wanna do it mostly because of this plate. So we're gonna mark it and then go drill some holes. So we just finished cutting and drilling the holes. Look at that. I just realized I wasn't recording for any of it. I apologize. I wanted to, but kind of like when we were cutting the plate, but I apologize on that. So what we're gonna do is, these are the front holes that go up here. These are for the back ones. Get the plate slid up in, you know, line everything up, put everything in. I have nylon nuts here for the back bolts. Same for in the front. These ones in the front, they came in the Givi kit. So they do come with, you know, 4 screws, a bunch of washers, some nuts. I got bigger washers. These are for the front because of the wideness in the plate. So yeah, that's just kind of it from there, like kind of the parts wise. Now we're gonna, you know, I mean, all the fab work has been done. So now all we got to do is just install the plate. It's gonna be a little difficult to kind of get the nuts in on the back side here, because like the tool just barely fits. So once you get this in, it like just barely fits to be able to get it up in, but I'll figure it out. I'll make sure it gets working well. So now we got the plate over here ready to go, and I actually added 2 extra for the extra bolts we're going to put in to hold this plate up as well. I just got these plastic tabs to put in here, so that's that. So now we're going to line everything up and get this thing installed. All right, we got it on. Look at that. This is not going anywhere. This is clipped in, it's locked down. Now, what I ended up having to do is I had to screw into, like, tap the plate itself, put threads in it, because I couldn't tell if I would be able to get a bolt in deep enough to actually, you know, lock it down. But I did, and they actually stick through a good bit. Some, I think, are touching the plastic. I can't quite tell. Nah, close. I mean, they might be right there. So I probably could have, but like I said, I wasn't sure. Now we get to put this plate on and just slide it in. And it comes with 2 bolts in or 2 little screws in the bag. That's what holds this down. Be careful, because like when I mean little, I mean little. So just make sure you don't lose those. They go right here. And then you screw them down. Just like so. You don't need to over tighten these. Like I said, they're small. It's really just to cover the top bolts in there so you get this nice clean look. This will get a flat spot for the bag to sit on. The bag also rests on these pieces here. Okay, so that's good. That's in. Now we can put the bag on top of it, and I'm ready. I can't wait to see what this looks like. Oh, this is gonna be good. Okay, so we've got the bag. Slide it into the compartments back here. I think that is in. There we go. It's the click. Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. What a look. That is awesome. Wow. That is really good. I really like this a lot. I mean, let's take a look around. Whew, just take that in. And what's great about it, wow, open it up like that. I mean, and this is how you release it. Y'all might not, y'all probably be able to see, but this, you turn it this way, that brings it up. Make sure it clips back in. So one thing I forgot to mention here is there's a couple of clips you've got to install, which I believe hold this liner in, but not here very well. You see it's pushed out, but you just put them in the corners. They tell you where to put them. That's what this instruction panel is for. So you do that, get them installed, and that's pretty much it with that. It's pretty self-explanatory process there. Game changer for luggage on this bike, because last year all we did is I had a backpack and I put a Kriega bag back here. If I wanted to, I could probably still put a bag up here. I'd put a foam pad here so that what that would do with the foam pad is that would help so that it's not sliding and not scratch this up, something like that. Oh my gosh, so good. I like this a lot. Look at the, don't mind the flip-flops if you can see them, but look at that, get up there, getting that ADV kind of riding on. And this is actually pretty secure. It doesn't move a lot. Well, I take that back, it just popped off. Apologies on that. I was literally just praising it, like, oh, it's like, thing is, you know, it's not going anywhere, and then it popped off, but thing came loose. It wasn't in properly anyway, but yeah, look at that. I mean, that's not gonna go anywhere. And when you put a little weight in it too, it's gonna help that out. What do I look? I look professional now. I like this. Now, the only problem for me is that the seat is wider here and my legs are short, but I was gonna say, get some cruise control, like a little throttle stopper thing to give it cruise control. Just go down the road, lean back on the bag a little bit. Harley rider stuff. My arms are short, so even if I lean back here, I wouldn't be able to reach. I'd need grabbers or something. No, but I do like it. So the case, it looks really good. It goes well on the bike itself. This is amazing. So guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing us put this Givi top case on. You know, getting ready for Smoky Mountain 500 is a big thing, and getting some better luggage, because last year we were rushing. We didn't really know what we were doing. We didn't know, it was like, it's like, we got to get bikes. That was step one, because all we had was dirt bikes, deadhead the VFR. So it's like, that's obviously not ideal for the Smoky Mountain 500, you know, but like riding on those roads like the Skyway, Snake, Back of the Dragon, even the Tail of the Dragon, things like that, roads in those areas. But this thing will help. This will help with our luggage carrying. We're going to do the same thing on the KLX 300 as well. So definitely, if you're interested in seeing that, you know, check that out. We're going to have a video covering, you know, what we're looking to do for Smoky Mountain 500 kind of video wise. And, you know, we're going to take viewer feedback. So definitely go check that out and kind of let us know things like that. But that's it here on this video. Speedy B signing out. Like, comment, subscribe. That shows us your appreciation in these videos. Help us out a ton. If you like what we're doing, is much appreciated. But that's it. See you guys in the next video. Ride safe and enjoy every ride. Peace out.